Hey there, it's Jamie again, and today we have a very cool 1966 Ford Mustang with some assembly required. Let's take a look at this thing. This is pretty cool. It says the 65, but it is definitely not. It is a 66. We'll show you the VIN in a minute and show you the quick tell, obviously. But this is kind of cool. This is, well, it needs some work, but it looks pretty complete, or it looks like everything is included, more or less, except for the soft bits, which are easy enough to replicate. But let's take a look at this whole thing. So obviously we all know about the Mustang, right? Came out in April 64. Everyone calls those the 64 and a halves. Ford always called them the 65s. So 65 was a very long model year. This car did extremely well. Then for 66, there were a few minor changes, but pretty much the same as the original ones. So let's check this thing out all the way around. Well, we just did, right? We walked around. This is obviously Lee Iacocca's brainchild, based on the Falcon platform. Just really cool, an American icon, known the world over, very popular everywhere, and one of the most popular hobby / collector cars of all time, really. So let's check it out. Obviously, the way to make sure it's a 66, these right here. 66 got the three long things here. 65s only had pretty much the back piece, didn't have these long strakes. So that's the easiest way to tell. This one is obviously red, had a white interior, which is kind of cool. Sort of a, I don't know, strawberry shortcake motif. 66 has also got a different grille, which here we have here. We've got the pony and the corral, and then the earlier ones had kind of a solid bar here on the side. I think it went up and down, but 66 got this kind of brick pattern here. So very cool, very neat little thing. It's got the Ford lettering on the front, gotta like that. And this is pretty complete, actually. So let's, well, not pretty complete, there's a lot missing, but let's take a look under the hood first. Look at that. That is an inline six, which is how most 66s were sold, actually. So this is a 200 cubic inch displacement, 120 horsepower, 190 pound-feet of torque. Pretty cool. Hang on a second. Yeah, I mean, take a look at all that space under there. So easy to work on this thing. Very nice. Mid-60s were obviously no emissions, and very easy. Even the exhaust, super accessible. Battery trays down there, little air cleaner up there. It says Ford air conditioner down there, so this one may have had AC from the factory. Pretty neat. Big frame oil filter there, and even some of the belts are still in place. Nice. Here's the VIN that I was talking about. So it starts with a 6, which indicates the 66, and then the T in the 5th digit means it's the 200 cubic inch inline 6. Serial number is 174639. That's the number off the assembly line. And then, so the full number is 6F07T174639. So if somebody wants to decode the whole thing, they can go ahead and do that. But yeah, it looks like this dark red was the original color, which is cool. So I like it. No hinges left, but we can get those. But this is actually remarkably rust-free. I mean, there's no rust around the window here. That's not bad. You've got a little rust here, but this is still solid. That's body filler, and it was painted. This obviously is a problem, but it seems like that could be replaced. That just unscrews, right? So should be able to replace that. And then up here is some rust too. That's more of a problem, but seems fixable. Anyway, what else do we have? Let's take a look in the trunk, because the trunk was pretty roomy, actually. See, look at that. So in early Mustangs, I believe the trunk floor was actually the gas tank. So the gas tank got taken out of this one, and so you just have this big opening. Saved weight, but I don't know if it was really safe or anything, but hey, it was the 60s, right? If you made it this far, you did good. So here's the, yeah, that's the color, is a dark red. There's the jacking instructions right there, the label still in place. And even in here, I don't see too much rust. So that's really not bad at all. Kind of cool. Let's look around the rear window. Yeah, even around the rear window, that looks pretty good. Not bad. Then you had the, obviously, 3-bar taillights right there. This would have been the fuel filler. Is it? Yeah, fuel filler. It's gone. Trunk lock. This one says it's a 66 Mustang, which doesn't always mean it is, but in this case it definitely is. This one had the backup lights, which I think were optional still at this point, and then had a rake put in, so had these bars to raise the rear suspension, which was a popular modification in the 70s and maybe the early 80s, but definitely not beyond then. These are obviously not the stock wheels. They're made by Keystone. They're alloys or stainless or something. I think were those nice wheels in the day? I'm not sure. Performance Radial GT tires that have been on there for quite some time, I'm guessing. Let's take a look inside. Yeah. Oh, this is a wood rim steering wheel that's faded completely away and starting to fall apart. Look at that. No more shine left on that thing. Very interesting. Made by Superior. Then you have the dashboard, not much left, but it's kind of white. You had here the light switch, and there's the ignition slot. A little bit of wiring left, but let's look under here. Oh, look, these are for the headlights. Very cool, nice. Two of them, so the headlight bezels. Then you've got the door here for the driver's side with the vent window. Fender for the passenger side, looks good. Here's the rest of the front end, right? That's the grille with the headlights in place. So would have had these going over it like that. Yeah, neat. And then let's see, here's trim strips for the body side molding. Nice. And I think, yeah, here's the front bumper even. Oh, we'll go to the other side and check that out. Wow, this is pretty cool. We've got some rust here, mainly from oxidation, I believe, but fairly solid. Not bad at all. There's no VIN tag left on this. It would have been here, or I think it would have been on the door, maybe. I don't know. Let's go around the other side. Here, that's a little rusty there, so that's a problem. Got the side exhaust. Yeah, very sporting. But yeah, oh my God, the shape is just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, you gotta love these. Looks like the Ford Mustang Club. Here's the lower valance from the front with another Mustang plate frame with little fog light inserts. Are they for lights? Yeah, I think so. And then here's the other door. White on the inside, red on the outside. And the other fender. So very complete. Oh, and look, I see a shifter. Let's see if we can move this front bumper. That's looking in good shape too, actually. And it's a Mustang. I mean, everything's available as a, you know, a repro part. But this, yeah, look at that. That's the shifter. Very cool. Nice. A little bit of tinsel. Obviously an automatic. Two pedals. Glove box would have been here. Nothing left of that. And is there anything left under? Oh, look. Here's the tag. I don't know if I can get in there. Let's see if that's. If you freeze frame that, you can decode that whole thing and figure out way more, such as where exactly it was built, what the exact color was, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of nice to have that tag. It's the body tag. So yeah, I love this thing. But yeah, what else can we look at? Let's see. Well, I think it has been repainted at some point, but it definitely was red and was repainted red, which is good. We've got the antenna right here, like that. And then this side is a little rusty. Yeah, it's pretty crispy here too. Needs replacing. The problem with Mustangs is there's still so many of them out there that you're better off most likely buying a good one instead of a basket case. This one's a little rusty underneath. It's probably been sitting in the weeds for a while, but what can you do? But you know, I mean, buying a Mustang like this, if it was available, it's not, it's in the junkyard. If it was available, you could probably pick up for pretty cheap and then just work on it, right? On the weekends or whenever you have time, and eventually make a very nice Mustang out of it. It's the more expensive way to go about it than just buying one that's kind of done. But it's a way to get into it, work on it, make it a hobby thing, enjoy it with your family or your kid or your dad or whoever, and just kind of make it your own. Kind of the pride of ownership and the pride of accomplishment, which is definitely worth it. So, but yeah, there you go. That is a 1966 Ford Mustang with some assembly required. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.